welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Karen.
And I'm Mike. And we're going to be reading an article today and tomorrow about how to form a habit in 21 days. How to start doing something good in your life and make that good thing that you're doing become a part of your life in just 21 days or 3 weeks.
Well, you know what? I do have a question for you,
Yes.
Mike. I do want to form a habit. Perhaps like maybe a habit of exercising.
That would be a good habit.
Doing something good for my body. But I always fail whenever I start to do something and then I just end up quitting.
Yeah, it can be really easy to do a good habit, to have this new thing and do it 1, 2, maybe 3 days, but then you get busy, you get tired, you get a little lazy.
You're right.
And suddenly you're not doing it anymore. So the trick is to get this habit and then to have it stick, how to have it become part of your life and not just something you do once in a while. Well, there's something called the 2190 rule.
2190
Yeah,
rule.
we're going to
What
be
is
learning
that?
all about it, and they'll explain in a really good way, actually for you especially, because we're talking about exercise in our article, how to do something you might do once in a while, but do it in a way that you'll start to do it just as part of your normal life. And if it's a good habit, that will be a good thing for you.
That's awesome because I failed so many times.
A lot of people do.
Really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Everyone has good and bad habits. To change my bad ones, I gave the 2190 rule a try. According to some experts, habits form in 21 days. After 90 days, they become part of our lives.
So we're looking at part 1 of how to form a habit in 21 days. So before we go into today's article, let's explain what a habit is. A habit is something that you do on a regular basis, right? So perhaps you would do this maybe every day or maybe once a week or maybe every other day. And a habit can be good or bad. So for example, smoking would be a bad habit. But maybe a habit of exercising, that would be a good habit, right? So how about you, Mike? Do you have any habits?
Let's see, my good habits, well, I try to read every day. I try to read before I go to bed or when I take the bus or the MRT. I like to have a book and read, but in the same kind of way, one of my bad habits might be when I'm tired and lazy, I won't read and I'll just waste time looking at social media. So I would say that reading a good book is a good habit. Just looking at social media for no reason, that's kind of a bad habit. And that's really a thing about habits. They're things that you do all the time, every day. They're part of your life, but they're also really different for everyone. You wouldn't say, oh, I have a habit of sleeping at night.
Because everyone
sleeps at night. But if you have a habit of falling asleep while watching TV, while other people will get ready and go to bed, well, then that might be your habit, falling asleep in front of the TV.
Maybe that wouldn't be such a good habit,
maybe
right?
not. Bad for your neck, and you'll get much better sleep in your bed. So, as the article begins, we read, yeah, it's true. Everyone has good and bad habits. Eating well, exercising, brushing your teeth 3 times a day.
3 times?
You know, something like that. Yeah, most people would say those are good habits.
That's true.
Bad habits could be something fairly small, like looking at social media too much. Or it could be something much more serious like smoking or eating too much junk food, things that can really be bad for your body. So we try to have more good habits than bad habits. But the article says to change my bad ones, that's my bad habits, I gave the 2190 rule a try. So maybe one of these bad habits is, you know, not going to bed on time, not exercising enough, watching TV or whatever before you do your homework. You know, that's kind of a bad habit. So to change the bad ones to good ones, maybe the 2190 rule could help. What is that all about?
That's what we're going to learn today, and that's what I really have to learn too. Well, I would guess 21 probably stands for 21 days, right? Oh, let's find out. According to some experts, habits form in 21 days. After 90 days, they become part of our lives.
Wow,
okay. So I kind of get it. If you do something for 21 days, right, and you do not stop, and you keep on doing it, that becomes a habit. But if you keep on doing it for 90 days, that will become part of our lives.
Interesting.
So that's for like 3 months.
Yeah, those first 21 days, you might have to think about it and make time to do it and force yourself to do it. But after 90 days, you'll just do it the same way that you probably eat breakfast and then right away walk to the bathroom to brush your teeth. It's just part of your life. And this is what we know from experts. These are people who know a lot about a certain topic or subject. If you've studied something, if you've got a PhD or you're a doctor, or you've just been doing it for a really, really long time, and you know a lot about this subject, you're very skilled at it, that kind of thing, you're probably an expert. So if you're just beginning something, no, you won't be an expert. But if you've been doing it for 20 years and you really have a lot of experience, you're probably an expert at that time. All right, so the experts say the 21-90 rule is a great way to start changing your bad habits to good habits. We're going to find out all about it after the break.
See you soon.
First, I picked a habit to change. I don't like to exercise. Next, I set a goal for myself. I would run every day for 21 days. Then I made a plan. I would run for 10 minutes at first and 30 minutes at the end. When everything was finally ready, I took action.
Welcome back, everyone. So we are still talking about how to form a habit, right?
Yes.
And actually, speaking of habits, I do have a good habit. I have the habit of going to bed early.
That is a good habit. Yeah, if you can do that and do it regularly, even on the weekend when you might want to stay up, that would definitely be a good thing to do. So that's actually a good way to get into the second part of our article. If you're going to get a good habit, you have to choose what good habit you want to try to get first.
That's right. So let's begin. First, I picked a habit to change. I don't like to exercise.
That's
that's
a bad
me.
habit.
That's me.
Okay, that would definitely be a bad habit, not exercising because you don't like to, right? We all know that exercise is important and it's good for you.
Exactly, but sometimes people do get lazy.
yeah.
I mean, it's more comfortable to sit on your sofa and watch
And much
some
easier.
TV.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But sometimes we have to remind ourselves we have to do something that's good for our body, right? So first you pick a bad habit. So pick is our next vocabulary word, and that is a verb. To pick something, that means to choose something. So for example, if you have so many different kind of habits, you're trying to pick one bad one to change. You're trying to choose one bad one to change, right?
That's right. You can't change all your bad habits to good habits in one try.
Exactly.
So do them one at a time, but if you have a bunch, you'll have to pick one. And in this case, the bad habit that the writer picked is that they don't like to exercise. So of course the good habit would be I will exercise more, because exercise, as we mentioned, is good for you. Exercise, it can be both a noun and a verb. When you go to the gym, you are going to get some exercise, right? You're moving your body to keep it healthy. And of course, doing those actions is exercise. It could be a sport. It doesn't have to be running on a machine or lifting weights in a gym, even if you're just at the local park shooting a basketball around with your friend. That's a form of exercise, or doing push-ups in your own bedroom, whatever. You're not playing kind of a real sport or a game maybe. You're doing it just for fun, and you're doing it for health and because you enjoy it and you're getting exercise. You're moving, sweating, and keeping your body in good shape. So let's all try to exercise more, especially if we don't exercise at all. That makes sense. So how do you do it? Well, next we read, I set a goal for myself. Now this is a more specific goal, a goal you can actually reach, not just I want to exercise more and look like an athlete. No, that's too hard to just do in one time. So set a short goal for yourself, an easier goal. I would run every day for 21 days. That's just it. That's all you have to do. Make sure that every day for the next 21 days, you go running. I think that's a pretty realistic goal to set.
And it's actually not that hard because it's not like you have to run for 2 hours every single day. You could be running for just 20 minutes. Or you could even start with 5 minutes first, right?
Yeah, sure.
And eventually build up. Now we mentioned setting a goal. Set is a verb. So when you set a goal for yourself, we often hear that. That means that you want to choose a goal, something that you want to do. Think in your head, say, okay, I'm going to set a goal. I want to choose something that I want to do and I want to accomplish, right? So for example, if you set a goal for yourself, it could be, I want to read one book a month.
Okay.
So every month you will finish one book. Or I will set a goal for myself to eat healthy every single day.
Yeah, you're kind of giving yourself something to aim for, giving yourself some sort of rules to live by, right? Because if you're setting this goal, you don't want to cheat or quit or anything. Because if you cheat, if you quit, you won't reach your goal. The goal is that thing that you want to do. This is actually from the world of sports. If you kick the ball into that big net, that is the goal. You score a goal. That is what you're trying to do in the soccer game or whatever sport it might be. And then we use it in other parts of our lives, not just about sports. You can have a goal of learning how to speak Japanese this year. You could have a goal of riding your bicycle all the way around your city in one day. Whatever it is, whatever thing you're trying to do, and make it a little bit difficult. You don't want to say, my goal is to watch 19 hours of TV in one weekend. That's not hard. You can do that anytime. All you have to do is sit there. No, it should be a little challenging, a little difficult, but that is your target. That is what you're trying to do. That's your goal.
Then I made a plan.
Okay. How to reach this goal.
That's right. So you always have to have a plan. Like maybe every step you will do this, every day you will do this. So I would run for 10 minutes at first and 30 minutes at the end. When everything was finally ready, I took action. Okay, that is a very smart way of going about, reaching your goal. Because like you said, you don't want to make something that is too hard or too challenging at the beginning because it's you're likely to give up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned it. 10 minutes at the even 5 minutes would be great. If you say, I'm going to go, I never exercise, but I'll go out today and run for 30 minutes, you're probably not going to, and that might be dangerous actually.
Exactly.
But if you say, I don't exercise, but today I will run for 5 minutes, that's a goal you can probably reach, and that's a good way to begin to take action. When we take action, it means basically we do what we're saying we're going to do. We do what we plan. We stop sitting down. We get up. We start being active. We start doing stuff. We're taking action. We're not thinking. We're not planning. We're not dreaming. We're actually doing right now.
Just do it.
There you go. Take action. That's the only way to even try to reach your goals. Well, we've reached the end of today's article, but our goal is to reach the end of tomorrow's article. So to do that, you guys will have to come back and join us. So we hope you do. Until then, bye-bye.
See you next time.
Everyone has good and bad habits. To change my bad ones, I gave the 21-90 rule a try. According to some experts, habits form in 21 days. After 90 days, they become part of our lives. First, I picked a habit to change. I don't like to exercise. Next, I set a goal for myself. I would run every day for 21 days. Then I made a plan. I would run for 10 minutes at first and 30 minutes at the end. When everything was finally ready, I took action.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 pick 动词挑选选择。I don't know which color to pick. 我不知道该选哪一个颜色。下一个单字 exercise 动词运动。My father never exercises. He is very lazy. 我爸爸从不运动，他非常懒惰。下一个单字 set 动词设定建立。 它的三态是 set, set, set。I usually set the alarm for 7 a.m. 我通常把闹钟设定在早上7点。最后一个单字 goal 名词，目标。Nina's goal is to lose 10 kilos by the end of this year. Nina 的目标是在今年底之前减重10公斤。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 give something a try 尝试某事物。Try 在这里是名词，我们来看看这个例句。I decided to give scuba diving a try. 我决定尝试潜水。Scuba diving 就是水肺潜水。下一个文法 according to 加上名词，根据什么事情 ？According to 是一个介系词片语。我们来看看这个例句。According to my mother, cousin Lily is going to study abroad. 根据我妈所说，Lily 表姐即将出国念书。最后一个文法 take action 采取行动。Action 是行动、行为的意思，前面不能加任何冠词哦。我们来看看这个句子。The government must take action to stop the riot. 政府必须采取行动去停止这场暴动。Riot 就是指暴动、暴乱。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying, is the world's largest performing arts center under one roof. It's a green building. The roof can collect rainwater to water the plants. The skylights allow natural light down into the indoor and outdoor spaces. The Banyan Plaza's open structure allows wind to blow through the center. These features are great ways to save energy.
See you next time!